Welcome everyone! It's a beautiful Thursday as it is. Just a simple something that I don't even think of it, and at times it's really burnt me, and I just wanted to kick it out to you guys to make sure that you're aware of it too, that it's just a simple thing that you can do, and it might be a solution for your problems. For some reason, I've had it apart and everything else, and you can see right down inside here, I've stretched the negative leads, the black ones, down in there to the limits. It's a little AA cell battery charger, NiCd / nickel metal hydride via the switch here, because they obviously use different charging rates and whatever. And but obviously they're stretched out, and then on this end you got to have the button cell, or it's gonna barely fit up in there and touch. And obviously you got to have continuity to finish this connection. So on top of everything else, that the battery's down in there and you got it the right way and everything else, and two wrongs make it right, and an airplane flies over, what's that called? And I don't know. Anyways, just to make it simple, let's I'll show you what I do just to add some more meat there, so you ain't gotta fight it. And I've actually done this too with my with some other things that I've had. I don't know if I did a video on it, but I can actually show you quick. And naturally I don't have it ready as usual. Would you expect me to do anything different? Why would I do that? Come on now, guys. And as always very much appreciate anyone giving me the time of day to stop by, check it out, and hopefully they get to find something to make their life a little easier too, and enjoy. Hopefully get to chill, try to learn something maybe, or not. Probably maybe learn from my mistakes. That might be our best way to kind of put it all together, I guess we could say. Which I'm fair with that. I don't mind doing the videos. It's good for my mental capabilities. So what's good for the goose, good for the gander. This is not a very good showing here, but it is one that I believe I have worked on. Did something to it, I can tell you. Splodged it. You can see down in there. But this one isn't really a good example at all. These don't even need it. But what does need it, obviously, is this here. And it's just simple. Just take your soldering iron, tin it up. You're going to want to use some pretty good flux on something like this. This stuff, I don't mind using on nasty stuff because it works good. However, it is very difficult to get off of the board. IPA, denatured alcohol, even down to lacquer, down to acetone. It's tough to get it off the board. It always seems to have like a sticky residue no matter what left over. So let's see if I can't get some on here. And as you can see down inside here on where the two pluses are, and it's red, now it's going to be red too from the flux coating. Down inside there's two actual layers. There's the first layer that you lay the two batteries, and then the top layer. And if you can see I'll point it out here, the little gray channels here, it's outside of what so the metal is actually inset down inside there if you look. And if you don't have an actual true button cell, like this is like not a true button cell, this is just a non-button cell, I guess you'd call it. You know, the button cell, I mean just a little P in the middle, you know, that sticks out. And either way, they just barely, even with these, I can do two things. I can add some to the end here, which I'd rather not do. I'd rather add it to this. And then if I find a spot for these, permanent or whatever, then I can manufacture whatever I need to do with them to make them work. More than likely, they'll be soldered up into a setup, and then the wires ran out to the exterior point and capped off, so then I can charge it at future moments, I guess you could say. Just try to get this posted up a little bit so it's a little easier and you guys can see what's going on here. Might have to go a little bit higher. I thought this might go again, it's gonna have to be with the tip. Get some good solder on there, get it nice and warm, You're gonna have to work that because you are using the tip. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna want to flow super great. Let's see if I can't get this right in your guy's face here. There we go, and get right on there. I actually like to leave it on the iron for just 4 or 5 seconds. That lets the solder really get warmed up to full temp of the actual stick or soldering iron, whatever you want to call it these days. And now I'm just doing it quick because I'm actually adding a layer. Now if I stay on it and heat the whole thing through, I will have a much better layer. However, it's all going to pool and just level out into one little piece. And now them are actually built out. It looks like they're built out right across. It is a little bit tough to see optically just because it is down in there. So we'll try to just lay this kind of flat across and see how that works. Obviously with the... Oh yeah, definitely this one is... It protrudes out past where it's supposed to, which is good, and this one's good too. That didn't take much at all. And you can just keep going, adding layers. Just slowly keep adding a little more solder on it. Again, you don't want to keep your solder iron on the pool too long because it'll just, everything will melt. And eventually, if you melt it too much, it's going to start melting down into the plastic and down, running down in if you're not careful. So, yeah, just be cautioned. Don't worry, it's not like I'm any pro at this. So I think if I can handle it, you guys at home will do just fine. Just to let you know. I give you the vote of confidence. Let's put it that way. I say, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. I'll give this one a whirrs. Hopefully everyone's having a beautiful day out there as long as we are too. Yeah, and get some heat on there. I'm going to let it heat up. Just because, again, I'm going to want to bite into that metal that is there. And I'll do the first one again down here. That's right on the tip. Try to get it so it's kind of centered where the battery would be. Add to it. You can see when you go in hot, you can see that it just pools all over the place. And sometimes it just does anyway, to be honest with you. You just don't control it. Especially on these plug-in irons. You don't really have a whole lot of control over what it does. And ideally, you'd want to feed your solder in. But if you guys know me and watch me long enough, I cheat at every single angle I can. I'm cheap and cheat. Just try not to cheat the system. Which your system I would say would have to be your customers. Them are gonna be that's gonna be your loyal base. You don't want to cheat your customers ever. That's bad business now. In fact, you want to do the opposite. Go outside your way to do a little extra something for your customers, and especially starting out, it might come back to you in 2-3 folds in a good way. It's a good practice, especially when you're starting out and you got kind of breaking in, and at times it's awkward, your conversations, and just getting the whole process down and getting comfortable with everything and comfortable with yourself and what your own abilities are, especially now under pressure. Now it's different to do it when you're just fooling around with your buddies, but maybe a little different than when you got someone's $1,000 tablet, laptop or something in your hands. It could be a lot different. All right, I'll shoot some IPA on here. Get this guy unplugged. And for the iron here, this is just, actually I got this from the dumps, and that's why you can tell it's a Den special here. It had no cord, so I soldered in a new cord and put the fancy Den special strain relief. It's just a spring. Ain't nothing but a spring thing. But it works. That's all I could say. But yeah, this thing actually has always it gets too hot. If you're asking me, I think it gets too hot and it's going to shorten its life. But um, it's a Weller product, and Weller's got a pretty good. They got a lot better following than I do. Let's put it that way. So I think they know what they're doing a little better than I do. So I can't say too much about that. I'm just saying personally, I thought it was a little hot, but does a heck of a job. I can't complain, and the price was right. So I'm just getting in here just to clean up what was left. It's gonna put just that red all over the place almost now, but whatever. The layout is here and telling you which way the batteries need to go, and but as you can see, that's just a simple. Now trying to get in there and bend the metal out some more and fight with it, and then you're going to end up snapping it off, or it's not going to be. You're just going to ruin it, which is where this was getting almost to that point. And I'm like, just thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, that's right. I did have a. I always forget about it, and it's actually a little frustrating when you do fight through something and you don't realize you had a simple solution for it that would have been a time saver and would have been a lot better of an idea. So, I mean, let's see if I can't show you guys one last time what you're looking at there. Just down in there, just soldered them up just enough to build it out. And if I can hold these back, which, let's see, one at a time maybe. If I can get you leveled up so you can see that it does stick out past. I'm not sure if I can. I'm trying, guys. That's a tough one there. I hope you can see that it does stick out past. And this one. But more than anything, just appreciate you guys stopping by. If you feel I deserve it, give me a like, give me a thumbs up thing or whatever, and tell your friends, share, subscribe, tweet, grammage, whatever they do nowadays. I don't know. I just try to make videos and make people laugh and enjoy a little bit of it. So thanks very much, you guys. Always appreciated. And you don't even have to always check me out. There's many other great creators in the whole YouTube universe that I recommend checking out. Might even save you a big cable bill if you could just start watching YouTube all the time. And I have no problem with it. That's what I do, and it saves me. So lets me get more electronic stuff. That's what matters, right? So thanks again, guys. Adios. Yeah.